This week on Plebs of the Week, this is one way to race your way through a field. Daily Race B, well, we have random penalties appearing out of nowhere, and in Daily Race C, Kimi Velocini becomes the victim. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Plebs of the Week. If you do enjoy this video, as always, give it a like and subscribe to the channel. We start with Daily Race A, where we've got some netcode issues there, a little bit of contact in this Super Formula car. Remember, you will suffer increased jagginess with cars, car movements in faster cars, so do expect to see that with this video and Daily Race A. So we're going to head into it. I've just slowed it down a little bit. And what you're going to see here is to go hard on the brakes, then release the brakes when they get behind somebody, and then go on the brakes again. Looks a bit purposeful to me, in my opinion. On the exit then, we accelerate out here. They're turning left, arguably the car's going right. So I think there's some netcode going on there. However, I'm not too sure. I wasn't sure what to make of that whole situation. Just seemed very odd, but definitely into the hairpin. It very much looked like releasing the brakes into somebody there. That's not good to see at all. Max Power has submitted this one then, and up ahead you'll notice that we've got P2, but then we've got P15 who's currently ghosted. Now when you do go to lap somebody who is, well, a lap down, they will ghost. However, Mob waited up for the leaders so they could race the leaders. However, it's very annoying for the race leaders. Here you've got a battle for P2, and a really good battle here, good racing happening there, but then you've got another driver up ahead who's impacting this. Slipstream still happens, dirty air still exists. It just becomes very awkward very quickly. Going into here, for example, Max Power doesn't know where the P15 is going to go. It's going to be very off-putting, and they're still remaining ahead. So just get out of the way if you are literally being lapped, essentially. Just good sportsmanship. Now, this one was submitted. Apparently, this driver that I'm currently on right now couldn't see anybody. I'm going to see if that was true or not. So we're going to head in towards turn number 1 then. As we go into here, they're just releasing it. The throttle there, and then they're going to continue on out here. I want you to focus on the speed a little bit now. We're 3 wide up ahead. As we go into here, notice here, the speed doesn't change. The car doesn't actually move either in terms of versus anybody else, and they can just steamroll their way through. That doesn't happen in Gran Turismo physics. You get another car, you normally bounce them off and you slow down. So it looked very unusual indeed. I think at this point, they now can see drivers because they are reacting to the American driver up ahead. Very unusual on that, in my opinion. I won't call it dirty driving. I would call that a bit of a bug, in my opinion. But again, let me know in the comments your thoughts. Jordy Stick has submitted this one then as we go through turn 1. There's a bit of a bump draft there through turn 2 as we go into turn 3. And the GTR up ahead. Maintaining position. A bit of issues with the server there. Saw car movement. You see a bit more there again as we go into the tunnel. Leave that now. You see Jordy's got a run. So Jordy's on the inside of the French driver here as we go onto the brakes. There was a bit of server movement once again there in towards that corner, and that caused the GTR to oversteer. Very much on the limit, in my opinion, in terms of that move. And you can see this here from the GTR's perspective then. Again, notice the movement of the car as we go down towards this corner. So there's going to be a lot of movement. People are not going to be where you think on the screen. In that situation, if I was the GTR, I would have just left a bit more space on the inside. However, would they have gone for the move? Tough one. Real tough one, that one with Jordy. I would call it a race incident. Again, you've seen the movement here. So lap number 3 here, and the GTR is going to do the exact same of what happened to them earlier on the Spanish driver. So Big Bob has just gone off, and you see Jordy up ahead there. So through the tunnel we go here. Going to exit the corner, and the GTR is going to do what a lot of people do when they feel they have been, I don't know what the word is. They've become the victim. They are going to do a revenge punt there on Jordy, and unfortunately, did they get a penalty? Fortunately, yes, they do get a penalty. 3-second penalty there. DRB lobby. I just think, you know, watching the replay back, you very much could look at that and go, I can see why. I would have waited till the end of the race and just put question marks just to say that I wasn't happy. Right, Grey Rock submitted this one in. We're on board the Alfa Romeo. Goes to move down the inside, sends it. Unfortunately, they just get it slightly wrong and hit Grey Rock up ahead. You know, racing incident. That right there is not a racing incident. That's a purposeful punt there on the Spanish driver. So they've got a 5-second penalty here for the incident with Grey Rock now, the Italian driver. Going to head towards turn number 1. See here, they're now blocking people. So they're purposely trying to block and ram. The Cyrus there, is that Cyrus? Yeah, gets on the inside, the Italian driver. The Alpha now is all over the place as we continue on through here then. And going to the left. As the car's off up ahead as well. Grey Rock included in that one. We're going to go into this left-hander, and then somebody else has gone up on the inside. So the Italian there wasn't really aware, so more people have gone on the inside. It's in this moment. They've basically lost it and gone, forget this one. And look at this. They're going to go absolutely bowling. It's not the greatest thing to see, in my opinion. It really isn't. And initially, when I saw this, I was like, that's clearly a report because they've just gone nuts for no apparent reason. However, I don't think it's all like just one way here. So we're on board the Spanish driver who got punted, if you remember, in the second part of this. So they've gone deep there into the chicane. Go through this right-hander. There's a tag on both drivers there, so that's not good driving in the slightest here. You can see Stefano there has gone ahead. No interactions with anybody else, which is all fair dues. We're going to fast forward this a little bit more then as we head towards turn number 1. And the very one sends it into the first corner, goes through the right and then in to the left. So all looks fine from this point of view so far. And I'll say, so far. Coming into here then, the Veyron gets on the inside there. There's a bit of contact, nothing major here, just to say that was racing. But look at the Veyron here, they pushed Stefano off. So I can see why Stefano did that on the Spanish driver. I think the incident with Grey Rock was definitely just a bit of a mistake. But I think the one on the Spanish driver was very purposeful and a revenge punt. Right, we're on board Spin Diesel here. This is CTRR595 who submitted this one then. So as we go through there, not a problem at all. Up ahead, we've got a Lamborghini off the circuit. Comes back on the circuit there. They were just trying to catch the car. They just bounced off a wall. And Spin Diesel is going to be one unlucky driver because they are about to get a 3-second penalty. That is not their fault. The penalty system absolutely just failing miserably right there. Right, so we had a dodgy penalty. What about a dodgy start then? So we are on board a Veyron right now. And what I want you to do, or turn your attention to at least anyway, is the track map on the top right hand side, because look at that, we have massive gaps. People are accelerating away here. We've not even started the race. Where's the countdown? There it is. There's the start, and they're already miles away, absolutely miles away. So what happened here? I have no idea, but what I can tell you is that P1 was actually in P6, and this obviously caused a lot of confusion for the game, because what it was saying was everybody up ahead needs to start accelerating, and that's what they did. You can see the blue flag there on the right hand side, and this was the cause of the issue at the start. I have no idea why this happens. I will submit this in the feedback group and see if they know any further, but even so, you can see it was an issue there, and what they do, they drop to P5 where they should be in the first place. Right then, what have we got now? We got Bob. TCR Bob has submitted this one then, and we are on board TCR Bob right now in the Ferrari 458. What is going to happen is going, oh, hello, server issues there, my word. The car's, well, Bob's just got to P1 there. Look at that. Nice little hack there for Bob, all the way to P1. But as we go through Big Rock, as was named on Wrench's stream that I watched the other day, well, they come back at you. So go on board Go Slow then. He was about to go very slow and actually go backwards. This is what the server issue looks like. And you see there, they're going backwards. 200 miles an hour in reverse there at one point. 300 miles an hour. Let's have a look at the speed going forward then. So we accelerate on. So Bob's up in the distance. We go flying right now. And what's going to happen is the game's going to send us all the way back towards the front. Oh, that's 400 miles an hour in a Lamborghini. Well, you saw it here first. So yeah, and more dodgy server issues. Server's having lots of issues lately, since the patch at least. A lot more clips of this issue. Right, we've got Booming at 55 here. We've got lots of interesting clips this week. A lot of dodgy stuff, which actually isn't dodgy driving. It's just dodgy systems. The server, the penalty system. This is no exception with this clip. So we're on board Booming then, in the Lamborghini Huracan, heading towards turn number 1 then. We're going to go in towards turn 1. Not a problem at all. Some racing happening up ahead with Pablo and who's that, Jackie as well, as we go through the left-hander here then. The rear end goes off the circuit. It's going to come back on the circuit. Lost the rear end there. And unfortunately, there is a crash. Racing incident, all said and done. Oh, no, 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 no. Gran Turismo says, Beeman, it was your fault. 3-second penalty. I really don't get that penalty at all in the slightest, to be honest with you. You crashed and you're at the back of the pack. The game should really be able to see that you are a victim in that situation. But hey, there we go. Right, so the squirrel, no idea how you pronounce that. Anyway, we're on board 2 socks. A squirrel submitted this. We're heading towards turn number 1 then. So they're on the inside at the moment. They go through the here and they actually hit the Veyron there. I mean, they've just got that incident wrong, or that maneuver wrong there. I don't think that was anything intentional in the slightest. We go on board the Stiddo here in the Porsche. This is actually a previous lap. As we head towards turn 1. Again, lots of action happening here. This is a corner I always say, go single file. If you go side by side here, more than likely it's going to be a crash. Porsche is looking to send it back out of it though, so that's a good decision making there as we continue on through here. Slight tap from the rear, which is expected because you're going much slower due to the angle that you entered turn number 1. Continue on though, and what they're going to do here is just stupid. They're going to absolutely send the Brazilian into the barrier. Why? I have no idea. I don't even understand it. They were racing absolutely fine up until this point, and they decided to punt the Brazilian. Is it because they wanted the race victory? No idea. Did they think they closed them at turn 1? Again, I have no idea. The Ferrari did nothing wrong from what I can tell. Right, we're going to go into the left hand here, Big Rock. And we've got GT7 in the Veyron there, who just gets tagged on the outside. That looked like a mistake to me, and Stid did lift off there and lets them go there as well. So that's good driving, in my opinion, you know. Quite clearly, they were understeering off. They lifted off, went over to the left, gave the Veyron space, actually let the Veyron continue on. That's good sportsmanship. Really is good sportsmanship. Going to head in towards the left here then, and what's going to happen then? So they're going to accelerate out a little bit above draft. They hit the brakes, the Veyron, and then they send the Stid. I have no idea what's going on in this race, because you're driving fine and punt the Ferrari off, maybe from a previous race, I don't know. And then that happens. So of course you're going to take revenge. Now I can fully see why you did that, and you know, just no, I don't like revenge punting, but it's quite clear why you did that. It makes all the sense in the world. 9 seconds of penalties though. That is your race over and done with. Right, okay, where are we going next? So Shadow Slip submitted this one. Now, Shadow Slip is up ahead. We're on board the Dutch right here, Raven. Now, these guys have been racing absolutely fine up until this point, as far as I can tell, and what Shadow Slip also said. So, Shadow Slip is towards the left-hand side here. Got the NSX, who then decides to push them against the wall. Now, unfortunately, that is not all said and done right now. You can see here, the Red Bull car is just trying to punch Shadow Slip off. I have no idea why. The only thing I can think here is a desperate ending to a race to try and get one more position. Seems a bit nuts to me, and you can see who it is right there. So that's a DRC rated lobby. Right, we go to Daily Race C then. Remember, I don't show all the clips. I'll talk about that in a little bit later on in this video. DCR WRX STI submitted this one. We got Kimi Velocini up ahead, who gets absolutely sent to the realms there, but with victims. So I have no idea why they did this driver, because I have no idea how to pronounce the name, but it doesn't make sense. And you hit Kimi into other people, so we've got 2 more victims. You're no better than Kimi in that situation. So please just don't do that, in my opinion. If Kimi did go on to then cause carnage, which is expected because he just got punted off. But even so, I don't like seeing that sort of stuff where you instantly target someone for no reason whatsoever. And in my opinion, that's very reportable. Even though I know it's against Kimi, but I'm trying to stay neutral here. That is very much a reportable offence in that situation. Right. Next up, we've got Ray Purchase right here as we head towards the last corner. Arguably the start of the race for some people, which is why this is stupid, and Ray just gets it wrong and goes for a spin. Why we have to start on the corner, I have no idea. This is the reason why I don't like people starting on the corner. You can't decide where you start in the race, and yeah, it's just one of those. Thank you for submitting that one, Ray, though. I do appreciate that one because it just shows why we shouldn't have people starting on the corner. Right, Nitro submitted this one, wanting to see whether this was a fair move, which is absolutely fine. I don't mind analysing a move and see if it's fair or not. So they're going to come out over here, the corkscrew, right? And JB goes towards the right-hand side. So Nitro here has become committed to this move, has gone towards the left-hand side. Now, because it's a left-hander as well, they're going to get very much alongside before the big tree. Remember the big tree I talked about as a braking marker? Well, it's there, and they use that perfectly. To go through here, this move is absolutely spot on. No issues with this move whatsoever. It's actually a very good move, Nitro. Well played with that one. And you continue on racing there with JB. And JB didn't react either. It's all good racing. Right. We've got Mohammed here. Tire Slayer. So through the left we go. We've got Mako up ahead. And we got Mech Race up ahead. As we go into nice to see 3 different cars actually. So going into here, Mako just taps the Italian up ahead. Mohammed's going to go through absolutely fine. Does give Mech Race a bit of a bump from behind. Nowhere really to go there other than lift off as well. So maybe you could have done that, but again, Mech Race didn't suffer anything there at all. So we're going to continue on here, go towards the right hand side, the Italian on the left. Then as we go into here, and they get tapped from behind by the Spanish driver again, Mako. Mako's very much not happy with the Italian driver and sends them off. So we continue on with the race there. We've got there's a GTR GT500 up ahead. What's that about? Anyway, Mech Race then sends Mohammed off. And I have no idea why. And what makes this even more annoying is what happens next. So we've got here the Porsche. You can see that they get hit from behind by Mako. Have they picked the wrong person? I have no idea, but it's quite clearly there, Mako pushing them off. There's the Nissan again, which is nice to see, weirdly, in this race. And you can see here the Porsche sends it and then punts the Supra off. And I have no idea why. No idea why at all. It makes no sense why you would do that. And then it gets worse. It gets much worse. And, you know, if Mech Race, if you're watching this, I would love to know what your mindset was here. So they're going to let the Toyota go. And they're only going to let them go for one reason and one reason only. And I want to shout out to Mohammed here for awareness. So Mohammed sees what's happening here, okay? Gets hit from behind. And then it's making sure they stay out of the way of the Porsche so they can react accordingly to try and get away. This is really good because rather than revenging back, they're just trying to get away and then carry on with their race. Look at this now. Really good awareness. They know what's going to happen based on what happened before. So they steer to the right. Mech Race goes off. Hits the barrier. And Mohammed can continue on. Thank you for that submission. I really do appreciate that one because it shows why people just go nuts for absolutely no reason and arguably take it out on the wrong person. Captain Slow submitted this one, so into towards turn 1 we go. Didn't actually mention about turn 1, by the way. I just thought I'd show this because a lot of carnage happens very quickly. We've got cars absolutely everywhere, and you can see here crashing absolutely everywhere there. Porsches dying everywhere, should we say. So, yeah, I mean, that's just a plebby turn 1. Everyone having contact with everybody else. To the right we go then, and somebody else just died. Just saw them veer off to the left. What we did want to look at is this driver here, the Swiss driver. So coming into here, I don't think they hit the Spanish driver up ahead. If they did, it was netcode, so I don't actually think they were guilty of anything there in terms of that one. There's one of the deaths here as we go into the right-hander. There's another death there, and you see Captain Slow up ahead as well. Oh, actually, is this one of the deaths? It is one of the deaths, actually. As you can see here, the Porsche gets sent off there, and they purposely did that. You can see that with their inputs. We're going to head in towards the kink then. Nothing really happens to get very close. And as we go into here, watch what happens. They just full throttle into other people and kill 2 more people. It's just not acceptable driving. It really isn't. So we continue on out of here, and you can see once again, they're going to try and send somebody else off. So this one is, of course, a reportable offence because all they've done is take everybody out the second the race starts. There is no reason for it, and then they leave. Stupid, in my opinion. Absolutely stupid driving. Right, Nawaf's submitted this one. Nawaf is up ahead. Apologies if I'm pronouncing that name completely wrong here. So they're going for a dive now in towards its left-hander. You see the Brits come across there. I don't think there's anything wrong with this particular driver, the Ferrari here. Just because they'd already gone for that move, you've got to leave a little bit of space there, in my opinion. They were already there. They're already committed in that situation. Right, we've got Chris88 right now, and we're on board Chris88 as we go into this left-hander. We've got Crazy Hill up ahead, and that's the driver we want to focus on here. So coming into here, and you can see there's like a little bit of netcode because it didn't actually touch, but it did spin the Subaru BRZ round. But I want to talk about something additional here. Notice at this point in time that Chris is already on the inside of that car. So Crazy Hill has to open the steering up a little bit here. You can't stay committed to what you're doing right now. And this is an issue, in my opinion. Now, Crazy Hill obviously seems or wants to feel like they are a victim. That was purposeful punting and wants to get revenge. So what they've done here, they've waited for Chris to come out the pit, and now they can actually cause some damage back. I mean, there's only 9 people left in this race, so it's not really that much damage in the grand scheme of it. So Crazy Hill's just going to go crazy, actually, up to name. So they put them off. And I don't know why. I don't know why you would do this. Because quite clearly there, you should have opened the steering a bit more. If you'd looked at the replay, you would have seen that. Now, maybe something happened in a previous race. I don't know. But we're going to head up here then. And you can see they're going to go for it. Now, Chris manages to just get away just there. May have got the corner a little bit. However, they do get away from Crazy Hill. And Crazy Hill starts to pit. So, a bit stupid in my opinion in terms of that reaction. And that's the A lobby as well. So, quite severe for an A lobby, if I'm brutally honest with you. Right, so a funny one now for you, or another. So this is Brands Hatch then. We're going to head in towards turn number 1. And for this one, you see there's a little bit of contact, but again, it's netcode more than anything. They didn't actually touch, just a big square box there. But this is great sportsmanship here by Lever Dispace as we wait up for the driver that they hit off, which was Moondog, I believe. Where is Moondog? There's Moondog as we continue on now. So we're going to this left-hander. And we're going to continue on. Now, you would expect them to carry on racing. Good sportsmanship shown by Lever Dispace. However, Moondog has other ideas. But the great part about this is we have karma as well. So they're going to do a brake check there. And check this out as the server goes, oh, you're going for an absolute spin and a half. And Lever Dispace can carry on racing. So good bit of karma there. I'm going to go on board their perspective, though, because it was a bit bouncy, wasn't it, in terms of that. So you can see there, they hit the brakes. And, woo, look at this. Elastic band. Yes, it exists, apparently. DRB in terms of the particular driver. Whether that lobby was is a different question entirely. We go on to some great racing of the week now. The Stars of the Week is what I'm going to call it, as I saw a comment about that in one of the previous videos. Stars of the Week is a good name for it, and I really should have thought about that one sooner. So, great pick. Right, we're going to head in towards this right-hander. We've got Student Driver up ahead. We're on board the Brazilian driver right here then. So, they're looking to try and get past Student Driver. As we go through here, the folks on Student Driver there, they lose the rear end, which is very common to happen here in Super Formula. Just the power goes down, and that's it. Now, the Brazilian driver, I've no idea why, waits up for Student Driver, which is brilliant. Maybe they thought they were at fault there. I'm not too sure, but brilliant sportsmanship there. Fuse also waits up, and I have no idea why. Even so, they continue on, and they're going to have a continued fantastic race. Good sportsmanship there. Really, really nice that that this was submitted by Chef Shades. So this is Fuse, by the way. So you can see the incident up ahead. You see the crash as well. Fuse obviously sees this and then stops and is going to go towards the right-hand side. Now, it could be that they're friends and they just want a really good race. This can happen where you just wait up because you want a good race. You're not out there to win, which is fair play, but I just thought I'd show you Fuse's perspective because I wasn't sure. Now, Glenn submitted this in a case of, was it a good move or was it a bad move? And there's actually two moves to look at. This first one is the one that I wanted to analyze. Great to hear. I think this is a fair move. The Renault turned in far too late for that corner. The space was there. You went for it. You made the corner, in my opinion, and you can continue on. So I think that was a fair move. Some people may question it, but I don't think that was an issue, in my opinion. Now we have this move. This move is an interesting one, but interesting in a good way, because I think this is amazing. So we're going to head in towards the chicane. We've got the Veyron up ahead. We're going to go hard on the brakes. We're going to send it down the inside. The Veyron sees that as well. You make the corner. That is a spot-on dive and a very clean dive. Dives are a part of racing. I always say this. And as long as you make the apex like that, making the apex and going wide is not making the apex. Making the apex and making the corner absolutely perfect is spot on. So well played with that move. Right, Tyrannosaurus submitted this one. We're on board the Spanish driver in a BMW Z4. Nice to see the Z4 out there. This Tyrannosaurus goes for the cutback there on the Spanish driver. Doesn't quite work for now then as we go into the right-hander. Now, Tyrannosaurus gets behind them. Wanted to go for a bit of bump drafting there, maybe? Not too sure. We're going to head in towards the left-hander, though. Some good racing happening in the distance as well there. Oh, slight tap. Oh, no, they're fine as well. The focus is on these two drivers, though. The Spanish driver and Tyrannosaurus here as we go into the kink. So as we go through here, you notice the Spanish driver just stayed on the brakes a little bit too long there. We've got BMW who had a bit of an issue as well. So the Spanish driver goes towards the right. We've got Tyrannosaurus on the left. Spanish driver backs out of it. Good awareness there. 3 wide definitely doesn't go into the corkscrew. But they make it work here because the Spanish driver also gained a position on the BMW. So we continue on this fight then as we go into left-hander. And I think there was a crash behind, but we're not focused on that. We're on the good driving now. The stars of the week. These two unbelievable stars for this week, in my opinion, as we continue on here, side-by-side action. We're going to head towards turn number 1 then. And are we going to get it stopped then? Yes, we do. Oh, we're going a little bit deep here. Notice there, remember what I was talking about earlier about the plebs of the week with Crazy Hill? Crazy Hill should have opened up. That's exactly what the Spanish driver did because they saw Tyrannosaurus go down the inside. Beautiful awareness here from the Spanish driver. Tyrannosaurus as well, racing really well as we go into the kink here and continue on that. Tyrannosaurus just gone off the circuit there. Managed to hold it there. Brilliant driving there. Holding the car as we head towards the corkscrew then. And notice Spanish driver brakes early here. They're so close they go. Do you know what? I'm going to brake a bit early here so I don't punt the GTR and continue on racing. Go for the move on the exit then. Going around the outside. Is this going to work? Not quite then. But they're going to go for a cutback here. What a move. What a setup that is for a move. Well played here to the Spanish driver. I have no idea how you pronounce your name, which is why I'm saying Spanish driver. But oh my word, that was a good move. Just have a wiggle on the exit though, and Tyrannosaurus sends it back through there. Beautiful racing from both of these guys. Leaves enough room on the exit. Doesn't tap the rear end. Critical in terms of clean and good sportsmanship in terms of racing. So you see here now the BMW trying to get it right. Goes a bit deep again. Where's the GTR? Goes for it. Again, see the awareness. Instantly turns right there to make sure Tyrannosaurus has the space on the inside and also doesn't get pitted. Awesome racing there from these two. Tyrannosaurus does then escape a little bit there, but absolutely fantastic to show. Now, I just wanted to cover a couple of things here in terms of plebs of the week because I had a few questions. I'm still catching up on comments. I do apologize for that. We've had so many comments over the past month and a half. I am still 2 weeks behind, but I will continue to work on that. If you put a comment, I will either read it, I'll respond to it if necessary, and I will continue on doing so. And hopefully we can catch up before baby arrives. Now, some people have been complaining that I haven't shown their submissions. So let me just talk about this briefly. If your submission was a GTWS one, we have a special of that coming up very soon, okay? A GTWS special. I think it's significant because of the event that it is. So I'll be showing them in a separate video. So please bear with me with that. If you submitted a lobby race or anything like that, that's more custom, that will also be shown in a separate video, a special video of plebs of the week. And once again, that will be shown, you know, obviously we don't show every single clip, but we are doing a special of that. So that's what will be shown. If you have submitted a clip and the link is wrong, you haven't specified time points or at least a lap and a corner number, I also probably won't submit the video if I can't find it. I normally try and spend 30 seconds or so to try and find the clip in question because you said, oh, it happened between two drivers and I'll quickly scan. But if I can't find it, I can't show it. And that's one thing that needs to be just clarified there as well. So in the form, it does give you an area to say that. So, you know, a lot of people say lap 3, turn 2. That's absolutely fine. Spot on. Lap 3 involving driver X or driver Y. Again, I can find that very quickly and now I can have a look at the clip in more detail. I do then look at other parts of the race in terms of, you know, if somebody gets punted, say lap 3, turn 2, and I go, right, okay, well, why did they punt that person? I will then go back and have a bit of a review of that. If I can't find the initial incident, I then can't do any more of that, if that makes sense. Now, Some people, or quite a few people, have submitted some very familiar faces in terms of consistent offenders in terms of dirty driving, okay? Now, I don't show the same people every single week. So, as an example, Kimi Velocini this week, obviously we saw them get punted in towards turn 1, but then Kimi went on to punt loads of people after that, and yeah, you know what he normally does. Like, there's been lots of reports of Kimi come in, and I've not shown them on the channel. I normally give about a month's grace. They still get reported. You know, if it's dirty driving, clear dirty driving, they will get reported because it's dirty driving. And I'm only shouting to PD in terms of the reports. I don't decide the outcomes. They may not do anything at all, but I'm just trying to be a voice. So if you're submitting, as an example, Kimi Velocini being a dirty driver, and you don't see it in the video, please don't panic. I probably still have watched it, and I can then deal with it accordingly. That is all the information you need to know for now. I do hope you're enjoying this series. Of course, I do take on the feedback consistently every single week. Obviously, when I've read the comments, of course. And I will continue to try and improve this series as best as I can. Obviously, that has meant shorter episodes now, which people are enjoying. But we may review the length a bit further. And if incidents are the same over and over and over. You know, I'm not going to show the same incident 4 times between 8 different drivers. That's going to be it for this video, though. I do hope you have enjoyed it. If you did, as always, do get a like. Subscribe to the channel to stay in touch with all the latest content. A big thank you for watching, as always. Check out those partners down below. Check out the last Plebs of the week as well. And if you are looking to submit a clip, check the description. The links are in there. Just submit away and then have fun. And let's see if your clip makes it. Thank you again, and I'll see you in another video or live stream again very soon.